Better now. I told you I'd delete it. All these snapshots of weird faces. Is it working better now? Jen, just for you, I'm having a soy cappuccino. I love stirring her up. She's all organic. We'll have to tease her every time she comes on YouTube. We'll have to call her organic. She'll be like, bitch. Still glitching. What about now? You woke up at 2. There is changes coming. And you guys will get this message because this will be deleted too. So shh. There is a change in frequency going on at the moment. That's why we're experiencing technical difficulties and a bad cat. She's driving me crazy. I'm going to kick her out. So it's coming through better now. It may be because it's actually plugged into the charger, and possibly because I'm upgrading the packages on my computer so it streams correctly. I've downloaded some packages to do the streaming. So that could be it too. But yes, I do have a new modem coming. It should be here within 2 days. Meant to be. It's eating all my credit up on my phone, Antonella. It's driving me crazy. How's your purging been going? Are you living the dream? A lot of feminines have been experiencing financial difficulties. Now, don't get all up in your head like universe is punishing you. Hi, Moonbeam. How are you? So how many divine feminines on here have been experiencing sparse pockets? Yeah, it is temporary. It's because we're purging. Yeah, we're broke-ass bitches, but we're divine feminines with the crown. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying school. Manifestation. But have you get grounded when you need to. Because you'll have, wherever we can get things done, get it done. Yeah. Like I said, any other tower events, and I think I'd probably start laughing and crying at the same time. I'd have to check myself in. Be like, really? It's actually not connected to that. A lot of it is directly connected to the fact that from, when will we say? February, March, April. And I did say there would be a shadow period of 2 weeks moving into this month, that we would be experiencing, feeling like there's tower moments. But it's more they were happening, they were coming. It's just we're gaining the clarity connected to it and picking up the pieces. Yeah, I have been having anxiety attacks out of nowhere, but I don't believe it's my energy. Because I'm traditionally like, you know what, it is what it is. I think I'm used to the tower. The tower's my best friend. You end up being divine feminine scavenger. You're like, ooh, what can I do with these bricks? It has been, but it's been different each year. 2016 was no forward motion. We needed to learn to let go and accept what was. 2017 was purging at every month, directly connected to different subject matters. I do know a friend of mine used to say, next, and I mean, I don't even say that now. I'm not even going to test bait with that notion. I've had enough crap. And this year is about the internal work, but only by mid-year. It's not to say we're not always forever in our life going to do that, but the heavy areas that we're needing to deal with is going to be done now. My dreams stopped, but I generally feel when they stop, it's connected to TF doing work. Oh, thank you, Natalie. I think all of us as divine feminines do, Dal. Yeah, I've been off. I woke up 6 o'clock this morning and hey, I love my sleep. I hadn't been having sleep-ins since I was a teenager, and when I was able to, it was like, hell yeah. Mine started up just prior to Tower. But it was almost like a mental conversation to give me a heads up prior. So I was semi tuned into what was to transpire. Yeah. But there was additional information and downloads during that time too. Such crappy lighting. But yes, I need to be super aware, because being psychic, I should always have a wall behind me. That's another heads up for you guys when you're channeling. I haven't been too bad. I've a lot of things that I'd put by the wayside business-wise, I've been applying them. I'll be doing some twin flame zodiac sign readings for YouTube, but they're only going to be brief, and they'll be as a trial basis, because I don't really need to impact my business any more than it has had. Definitely been tying up loose ends, catching up with friends, change of diet, catching up with people. I used to be a band goer, so a big shout out to Wazza if you're watching. I'm probably going to go and watch the gig in Port Kennedy, go catch up with some old friends. I have a friend, his name's Craig Cuthell, and he used to play in a band in my 20s, and voice of an angel, absolutely amazing. Far better than AC/DC, and that's saying something. Giggle Glimmer, you've got to look at what has been shown to you in your dreams connected to TF. Like, what information's coming through. You've got to decipher the code. Sometimes it can be a heads up as to what's happening, depending on if you're in union or not. But it's generally messages. Sometimes you synchronistically will have dreams at the same time. Not that DM knows. But yes, it's generally happening at the same given time. Or it can be that they're sending you telepathic thoughts because they're concerned, but again, they probably don't know they're doing it. Yes, it takes a while on this journey to actually understand that you are directly connected into everyone that you are around. Being an empath from childhood, it's like my modem. It's like my modem. Yeah, you sort of get to a point where you get the right channel and you're tuned in. Avoiding home. Now, are you avoiding home, or are they avoiding home? Because home is internal. And a lot of us in the TF journey need to understand that we need to recreate the aspect of home inside ourselves. That, yes, although we need the 3D of, a roof over your head, food, water, unless you feel safe within, creating a home environment within yourself, you're always going to have that aspect of anxiousness. Okay, when you're having that dream, what you've got to ask yourself is why do you feel the need to run? Super strange. I read cups. I must do that at some stage on YouTube, although I don't read them the traditional European way, because obviously I'm psychic So I tend to gain more from the cup than quite natural. So what's happening inside the dream? And definitely a new introduction to the channel is going to be monthly chat for divine feminine or masculine of manifesting of your hopes and dreams. And we can touch base with each other. Okay, so you've got to ask yourself why you feel unable to or why you don't want to. Because when you confront those aspect of fears, you've purged them to the point where you're safe. Does that make sense? Because when we're in that frequency where we're fearing something, if we are, it's an aspect of codependency or fear that harm can come to us. But when we are okay being in our own energy, where we're really, you know, you've got your money, you have your friendships, you have your social circle, you're filling your cup, connected to your happiness. Really, it's a want, not a need then. So whoever you choose to have in your life, be it twin flame, soulmate, or karmic, however that's going to relate in your life, energetically, you've done your job as to where you need to be, and then it is a choice whether you do or don't want twin. But when you're scared of twin, it means you're directly ready for that trigger point, so more than likely they're coming. Gauge it when they come back. But if they're meant to come back, it's because there's an aspect that you need to purge. There's a reason why it has to happen. A lot of us are actually picking up a signal of change. It depends on what the subject matter is, Natalie. How do I put it? Okay, on a basis of anxiety, panic attacks. Okay, traditionally, if you're doing something in your day, yeah, and you're thinking, yeah, okay, I'm concerned about that. If you don't need them, that won't bother you anymore. Okay. How do you tell the difference between anxiety and intuition between my spiritual friends? All of it. You're all interconnected. It can be you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're thinking of a particular person and bang, you're going to hear from them. It can be other times that you hear a song and the first thought that comes to mind, that's intuition and a psychic aspect. When it comes to third-party situations and like that, or them leaving you, you need to deal vibrationally speaking from a spiritual point of view. You need to deal with that block, and it will stem back. And I was talking to a client today about how do you know how to work with your triggers. Number one, your triggers are going to come up. When they come up, you deal with them head on. You don't throw them under the carpet and go, oh, you have to face them. And I mean, really, with this retrograde cycle, that's really what we were forced to do, however unfortunate that be. Yes, don't run, don't hide, deal with your fears at all times. Sleep paralysis in children. Generally speaking, you'll find she's actually psychic. And that's generally what happens. I do have a video on my YouTube channel connected to, and I mean, there's many ways that people talk to you in relation to sleep paralysis, that she would have had, what you got to know, Julia, is, okay, did she have night terrors as a child, number one? And if she had night terrors, that's an aspect to show you that she actually has a psychic gift. So look at the video in relation to that question, Julia. look at the video connected to indigo children. There is something in there, I believe, speaking about how to set the bedroom up, cleanse the room, and place some salt at your front door, and that can make sure that if something's tagging onto her in a sense of a spirit, where we are with the planets at the moment, yeah, well, I astro travel too. So you do have to be really careful, because especially when feminine energy is down low, you're more open to spiritual attacks. Definitely if you're channeling, you need to be doing it to a wall, or you best be clearing yourself and know how to use your gift, because the energy can travel through you. You've got to be really careful about that. Just over the ledge of the door. And that way, if someone has evil intent directly connected to you, they're not going to remain in the house too long, and they're going to fuck off. Okay, I wonder if I can scroll down. Okay, Giggle Glimmer, the dreams. Were you having dreams about infidelity connected to TF? And if so, if you don't mind me asking, has that happened before with twin flame, or is it something you're fearing? So what were your dreams in relation to? Yeah, but that's the old mindset. Generally speaking, children that are empaths, that end up, later on for those of us who are twin flames, you would have had a parent that was quite different. Now, when I say different, you would have had to really gauge what they're thinking, tune into, really gauge what they're thinking. And it might have been that you felt that you had to walk on eggshells, or it might have been that you had to really, walk on eggshells. That's the only way I can describe it. So you had to gauge it, you had your intuition, and you use that. So that's tapping into a different aspect of telepathic and intuitive communication. So for those of you who would have done that, which is 90% of twin flames, I'll read that one in a minute, Google Glimmer. That energetically opens you up for that area. So that is a beginning stage of opening up your third eye, your intuition. And, as children, our egos aren't involved as much. What we see and say, you should always pay attention to what your children are saying. I mean, in my generation, when I was growing up, I didn't say anything. Years later, I did find out that my sister had been experiencing the same things, and the house I'd moved to was haunted, but my gift was from birth, very much so. I mean, I do recall many things way before I came to Australia, more so from New Zealand, and then coming here, and I had situations in Europe when I was living over there, things I'd see and experience. Now I'm driving down the road and I can see passed over people on the side of the freeway, and they don't know they're passed over, and they're sort of like in that Groundhog Day moment. But for children, when they're seeing things, it's a very real energy. So you need to clear their room, have it set up correctly to protect them, use crystals to protect them. And otherwise, book a reading with me and I'll help work with her, and I'll try and explain in depth connected to what she's directly dealing with. Okay, let's see the other comment. When another one comes up, we'll go back to Giggle Glimmer's comment. While I'm on air, I've got nothing better to do. Yes, I do, but, hi. That wasn't so successful. No drama, I don't mind sharing it. Okay. Well, you will find your father figure. Yes, I will be going to Melbourne, and I will be coming to America as well at some point. I'm trying to tie up loose ends first. Definitely trying to get grounded, but yes, I will be traveling. He chose a karmic, actually. The dreams are basically he's trying to attempt to speak to me, and I'm literally avoiding him, walking away or running. is there an aspect of what you feel your twin is going to say is something that you vibrationally can't handle? Maybe confront your fears, and in your dream choose to turn and listen, because it is an aspect of a fear. Yes, good old spell check. Yes, I do have family in the UK, and I will be at some stage coming over. I'm sure my cousins would be super chuffed. I did live in England for a while as well. Good old Essex and Sussex. What? I'll just have to find a babysitter for my cat. I'll put her in cargo, Jen, and you can look after her for the week. It can be, but a lot of the vibrations of change connected to karmic will change, because the role of what's to be is different. It's not permanent. But that's why TF won't... Well, sometimes we don't actually have a choice when that's to happen. If energetically it's supposed to be... Look at our tower moments. If it's supposed to happen, if shit's going to go down, it's going to go down. You're not going to have much choice over that. And I'm definitely turning my seat because it's too dark here. That'd be right. It's probably too dark here too. Antonella's probably laughing at me. She's like, Yildiz. But constantly reaches out. Set the benchmark. For the love of goodness sakes. I mean, I'm patient, but this is ridiculous. Antonella, seriously, you wait till you've got technical issues. You're going to be... You ghosted yours. I did find a twin on YouTube that is in Melbourne, and she went through a situation where for many years there was the back and forward, and then she did a 360 and she started running. And I have heard of another twin in America that did the same thing, but she never heard from hers again. But yet that is an old audio message, so I'd love to know how she's gone on her journey and what's transpired for her. But energetically, the reasons why each wave of twins are relevant, which is what I will be sharing with you soon. I do know that the older generation, who was the initial stage 1 of twin, they would either be in union, but they would be more in the 60 to 80 or 90-year-old gap. They were deemed as the first wave of twins. Now, the other wave of twins that are further down the road, their journey was directly connected to changing the paradigms of relationships and connections. So, you know, it's your mindset and how you're supposed to spiritually change. That's your role. So however that's going to directly apply in your life, that's going to come about at some part to shake you up, so that you're out of that aspect of ego to change the way you look at things and have compassion to other people and educate people differently. Yeah, it's something that with any other person you probably would be like. But yeah, many of you might come to a stage where you get quite hurt and you think, nah. But it's just, it depends on your journey. It really does, you know, how you're physically feeling. Theoretically speaking, yes, but I mean, I know another person who's in their 50s who would be deemed as the first wave of twin, which theoretically the people between their, I'd say, 20s and 30s are deemed as the second wave, which is now the first. I hope I'm making sense. I've got such flat hair today, it's like, geez. Theoretically, we are the first wave of twins. The older ones, the ones that have been on the journey longer, are deemed as the first wave of twins. But it paves the way for the other ones. Hi, Island Kitty. How are you? My hair's foofed today. It's just not dealing with me. It's not negotiating. Somebody asked me the other day, have you always had long hair? No, I've had hair the length of Natalie Imbruglia. And it was as much work as having long hair, so... Hi. Any other questions? Okay, what issues are you having vibrationally connected to the aspect and the energy of karmic? Don't hit me. And you're like, what can I say? You do know they say if you sit on your feet, it means that you want to go. It's like I'm sitting on my feet now before you hit me. Was that with twin or is that with a soulmate / karmic? The back and forth is connected to you. The back and forth you is about you getting to that correct vibration. Now, it takes two. Now, the trigger points and the walking away can be stepping into your power. And maybe doing a bit of energy work on your own and removing yourself so that they can do that next stage, which can be the actual final stage. The final stage is them owning their power. Then you're vibrationally, okay, I've got to keep track of these comments. The funny thing is, it's not going to be a traditional connection. You're looking at the old paradigms, and this is, I totally get this, and this is going to crap you to tears. Think back to how you were in different connections and honestly say to yourself, could you go back to a dynamic like that? And it's, you can still have connections. I'm not saying that. You still can have relationships. Again, I'm not saying you can't. But you've changed and you need to honor and acknowledge that although you're saying they won't do something, you can't either because you've changed. Hey love, how are you? 4:15, you go girl. That was me the other night. Oh, I'm probably getting like 2-3 hours sleep. You don't have to go back to the BS. You need to just acknowledge that you've changed and allow them to do what they need to do vibrationally and be you. Just be you. Any other questions? Yes, it does. Very deeply. I hear you. We say that and then we do again. Fucking idiots. It's for your spiritual growth. The anxiety isn't your energy. It's been there this week connected to TF. But that's actually at the final stage. Okay, for those of you who are saying that, how long have you been on the journey? Just out of curiosity. Seven years, okay. 13, yep, 3. Okay, 2 and 3, yep. Okay, in the 2 and 3, the ones that have ridden 2 and 3 years, I would say the ones that have been on the path longer are closest to union. Hey, Stefan, welcome. Now, the ones that have been in the whole journey, Giggle Glimmer. Okay, now the ones that have been on the journey shorter, you still, hi Stefan, welcome. You still can reach the reconnection at the same given time, should you choose, or should you be led to. Yes, it hurts, but the hurt won't hurt you anymore when you realise everything that can hurt you has happened to a point that nothing can hurt you and you're free. And I know that sounds fucking weird, but you will be to the point where you'll be going, okay, yep. What can hurt you? If every aspect of your fear has been physically manifested in your life, what can hurt you? If you've stepped into your energy, this is where you've got to get to and say, I provide for myself, Beyonce. It's true, you know. If she wants something, she buys it. And okay, she's a fucking millionaire, I get that. But we all have the tools. We have hands, we have legs, some of us, not all of us. We have the tools in life, okay? What has our excuse been? Because our mother or father vibrationally didn't give us what we needed. We spent a very long time working on those aspects. So you're at times feeling it's connected to TF. It's not. It is, but it's not. The twin flame road was about you purging that hurt, that no matter what connection you were going to be in, you had those blocks, regardless, true? So where you are right now is in a better position for those of you who have been on that road a long time. If you have been applying your energy correctly. Now, I didn't have that education. I didn't have that luxury. And when I say I've been on the road 16 years, that's more from meeting point. That's not saying in sort of thing. But there's a realization, epiphany moment around that, okay? What is TG for you? It's hard though. I didn't have that education, but obviously it was for a reason, and it might be, you know, to be an assistant to you guys in some shape or form, to kind of feel myself through my life. But what you'll find is when you do come to that realization, yeah, you'll have your tower moments. It's only after adversity do you see the light at the end of the tunnel, because the tools that you've used previously, and it can even be a signal you're picking up, it's like, oh shit, I can feel something coming, and then, you know, you then have to step up, the tower's broken down, you pick your bricks up, you use the tools you've learned from previous situations, and you move forward. Now, where you move forward to, place yourself out of ego. This month has been about ego. Yeah, because you're falling into your divine feminine energy. Another person does not define us. Do we have hurt? Yes, we do, but it's different. Okay, so perhaps the rationale, you do need to have an external look at it. Although you do have the internal pain, you do have to jump outside and look at the bigger picture and release aspects of ego, which is a long road, but you do get there. So the ones that are further back in the road, if you can do the work, you know, you will keep coming back together, whether you like it or not. And that can be even at a conversation basis, a 3D basis. Yes, well, this month is all based around ego, really. It's quite challenging. But if you realise that, how do I put it? How do I best describe it? Okay, for those of you who are religious, you believe in God, correct? For those of you, because we're all different in this world. So for those of you who have that higher belief system, in something bigger than yourself, you have that belief, correct? Okay, bye, sweet. Yeah, I've done that too, Libran chick. Okay. So, yet we may have, in dream state, etc., seen this energy, but 3D, perhaps not. Yet we believe, correct? A higher source. So then, our truth is we need to have belief in ourselves, as our own energy, to be our own gods on the 3D. We also need to believe in the tools that have been given to us, in the courage, in the heart, and in love. And also be open to, having some hopes and dreams. I mean, I said this to the lady today, and I can't call her a client because you guys aren't my clients. I mean, the ones that come through and are my little soul family coming through getting bookings from me. I said to her, we generally say no man is an island. But in her situation, we were discussing the aspects of, being an empath feminine, people coming towards us, and how that has been a huge dynamic in Divine Feminine's life. Now, no woman is an island. So it goes both ways. You have to hold your own hopes and dreams, or you lose yourself in another person, regardless twin flame or not. Hi, Barbara. Yeah, so, look at yourself as your island. What do you want to put on your island? What do you want to create in that island? And that's why we're going to be having, I'll set a date, and it'll be, a regular thing where we get on here and we're going to plant our seeds of intention for the month, be it bigger dreams that are further down the track, and we're going to touch base with each other, and we're going to start manifesting those dreams. Like Antonella, she's studying at the moment, so we can follow her progress. Other people might be building their business. For me, I'm trying to reach the masses and add on to the aspects of what I can offer in the business. Definitely wanting to upskill to add, life coaching and counselling to the dynamic to continue it growing. So we need to have that aspect connected to us regardless of twin or no twin. Yeah, so we'll have live sessions for that. And then we need to encourage each other and encourage ourselves and get excited about aspects of dreams, paying it forward, keeping your energies balanced, dealing with conflict. These are life tools that should be taught at school. I mean, much less budget, they don't do that, but they are getting a bit better with that. But there are things like problem solving and purging and regularly talking about those subjects and realizing that it's not a dirty word, not for male or female, to be weak or strong, but both of us hold those energies. But it is a very sexist kind of universe at the moment. Another reason why we have twin flames is to change that dynamic so that we can get that, emotionally speaking. If we are merely a spirit and a soul in a vessel, why can't the opposite sex have emotions and purge and express and cry? I mean, we are human. It is a natural energy, but we need to get past the point of it being a dirty energy. Because it's truth. I just love my cold soy cappuccino. Yes, but as twins, you teach each other to be human, to accept being human, because we are 3D. We do fail. And that's, we have no intent to hurt other people in our life. Definitely whatever I go into is with 110% integrity, and I give 110%. Can I expect everyone else to? No, I can't. But that's my benchmark. But now my mindset's different, where I can gauge in on it and say, look, that's a bit low, I'm sorry. And it's a negotiation now. It's, well, okay, yes, we're human. We all, as people, fail. And that's on both sides. That's everyone as a human being. So I do have that understanding, compassionate nature, but there's also a benchmark of, give and take that is essential. I didn't notice till a few weeks ago how busy this street is, but it's okay. Any other questions? 40 minutes? Chit chat of 40 minutes. Okay, somebody asked about the Skype bookings. Now, with the group bookings, if you're holding a party, it does become cheaper if you book a group party. You can, as long as you have access to Skype, you can get a group of you together and you can place the computer in a room and you can have turns, or we can do it in a live session bouncing around the room. Just in case you guys wanted to know. What was the question? Don't ever get worried when you speak your truth. Let them process and then let them absorb it. How do you stop being the Queen of Wands? Own your power. Usually there needs to be a Tower moment for that to happen. I will be doing a twin flame booking reading probably within another week, because I'm still gathering notes, etc. So this is just a quick chit chat. There has been an energy shift though. Look at this fuzz. Any other questions? Might as well leave this up here now because people have asked questions. Or should I just delete it and then nobody else can see it? Yes, you'll be getting it tonight, Natalie. I have already started it. And that's very true. You want to marry your twin? I have to read that comment again. It keeps fading out. Try and release it. Release expectations, Stefan. Just get to a point where you allow her to fight the battles, because energetically, as twins, we need to fight our own battles. We trigger each other into consciousness, and then thereafter, we need to have faith in each other that we, as human beings, singular energies, can actually cope with adversity, because we have had the tools from life. But when we tend to look at it as, got to save someone, you don't have to. It's not necessary. Let them fight that battle. Well, it's funny because the devil is connected to the retrograde. When you look at the planets, it is connected to retrograde. And that's why this was coming about, to end certain energies. I'll do the update for twin in a week, Dale. Hi, Serendipity. If you feel the need to book a reading, Dale, you can book a reading. It doesn't have to be connected to twin. It can be connected to your blocks. It can be, if you vibrationally are feeling something, then yes, you can book a reading. I had one the other day, and 2 days later I was like, yeah, exactly, Tower moment. I was like, shit, something's changed in my life. And yeah. I like your humour, Libran chick. Hi, Tiffany. That is so funny. Yes, Librans are feeling quite comical these days with all the tower moments. Libran energy has very much changed. In and out, probably over 16 years. I'm Libran with Cancer Moon Rising, Cusp Gemini, Venus House Scorpio. Look, I know a lot of Librans, probably more so through YouTube, and very much energetically. It's almost like you will not recognize yourself by the end of this year. It's like you'll be a different zodiac sign. Yeah. Good old Libran sun rising. But most of my chart is Cancer. Yeah, I do feel different. I have my days. But that's probably the drama of being, that energy where you're an empath. You pick up, you pick up energy fields. Another thing you'll notice as a twin, you need to be super careful. And look, just in general, being an empath, you will be having the crappiest day and you will send that signal out and you'll get much of the same back. So you need to white light yourself. You need to wear crystals to protect yourself. That's pretty full on there with that zodiac arrangement. Mark has a similar arrangement in intuitive perceptions. He's been going through it. He'll probably shoot me for saying that. I wish you saw the aspect of Mark that I see. He is highly entertaining. You have no idea. I'm so triggering him. I'm like, I dare you, Mark. And he's like, no, you doesn't. I'm like, Mark, I dare you. Yeah. Just inbox me, Dale, on the website. I know, but he's not. He's actually really funny. He is very funny. I said to him at some stage we are going to be doing a joint session. I do want to do one with Kimberly as well, and Moon in Cancer 111. But I'll try and beat the energy out of him so you can actually. So I'll probably just jump on and surprise him. He is a very funny person. For those of you who do get the luxury for jealousy, I don't know. I'll have to research that. It's more. I'd feel it's more heart chakra work, Dale. And it's aspects of ego at the moment. So it can be family related, your base chakra as well. Oh, we're crazy. I mean, Jen, Lysiana and I, we have Skype chats. And we sit there and, oh, God, I'm like, I said to Mark yesterday, he was updating me about something he was doing, and I just started laughing. He goes, why are you laughing, you dears? And I was like, if people on YouTube could see this shit, this would sell. Yeah, it's very entertaining. He's very entertaining. He's a ball of energy. If you only knew. But he's a perfectionist. See, we all have that, and we need to purge that. He is an absolute perfectionist. Yeah, I'm just a goofball. I've got to admit, I used to be very much like that. When I'm at work, I've got the work hat on, and like even in the nursing industry for years, no swearing, all for the job, work's work, fully there. Someone try and talk to me about And I'm like, I'm in the zone. That's where he goes. He's in the zone. But the older you get, you know, you get in tune to who you are. Yes, but he's got the Libran aspect too. We're gossiping about you, Mark. I wonder if he's watching. He's like me. He never sleeps. Yes, I have the evil eye thing at my door. Yes. And yes, I am. I'm Turkish, Kiwi, English, Irish, and French. What a mix, eh? Can't win. And my nan was English and my grandfather was Irish. My accent's probably a mishmash of everything because I've been all around the world. It's funny, there's people at the bus stop, they're probably looking at me thinking, who the hell is she talking to? Yeah, I've got the, it's like a blue eye to protect the front door. I'm spiritual. I'd place it there. My nan was Christian. My grandfather was Muslim. I've had Hindu friends, Buddhist friends. I can speak Turkish. Yeah, definitely. Good mix. I'm a good cook, so it's been interesting. Any other questions before I go? Before this person checks me into Greylands? Yeah, look, walk to the beach. Yeah, have your salt bath or salt in the shower. Salt on the doorway. Cleanse your house first, then do the salt at the doorway. Good mix. People are probably going, what are you talking about? Which one? I'll do them at the end of the month, but I do them per zodiac sign, and they are for rising signs as well. I do them each month, but I'll also be doing twin edition for each zodiac sign. So if your twin is a Virgo, you can look at the Virgo reading, and it'll have feminine and masculine energy. So that can be on either side what's coming through as a collective, or you look harder to one side than the other. One more question and then I'll hit the road. Due to the fact that feminine energies have been facing restrictions financially, I have reduced the price of the readings. If it is your birthday, inbox me. I am doing a huge discount on the birthday readings, and it will be a regular thing. Yep. There is a link on my YouTube account that is asking for future videos. Just type it there, or I'll write it down when I go inside. So for those of you who can't afford a pricey reading, there are different prices on there. And if it's your birthday, just inbox me and I can give you a discount on the reading. That's okay, love. Look after yourselves. It is a temporary energy with the finances. It is shifting. Do the purging of what you're needing to do and keep moving forward. You'll be able to play it back, Barbara. I was going to delete it, but I'll leave it on here. The internet is due to the solar flares, so don't worry about it too much. More than likely by the new moon. That's okay. I'll be there. Bye, Giggle Glimmer. Look after yourself. Bye, everyone. And welcome to any new subscribers. Thank you. Bye.